Hi, Dr. Molly. Today our group will present on Majlis Bandari Subang Jaya, which is the case study that we have chosen. But firstly, let me introduce my team member. Okay. For our team, firstly, my name is Amza Sofia binti Azmi. Then my other member is Juliana, Aisyah, Chandra Aini, and Elia. So our presentation will start with Elia, and she will start with the introduction of MBSJ.
Okay. A brief introduction to Subang Jaya City Council, also known as MBSJ. Basically, Subang Jaya City Council is a local authority in the Selangor state government in Malaysia. And a little bit history of Subang Jaya City Council. The Subang Jaya City Council historically was established as Petaling Jaya District Council, also known as MDP. And then in 1994, the state government decided to upgrade Petaling District Council to Subang Jaya Municipal Council in accordance with the Section 4 of the Local Government Act 1976. The aim of this upgrade is to restructure the administrative organization in order to overcome the demands of social, physical, economic and sustainable development. And later on, Subang Jaya subsequently, with the royal consent of Sultan Selangor, His Royal Highness Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah Al-Haj and all the districts under his rule, Subang Jaya Municipal Council was officially upgraded to Subang Jaya City Council MBSJ effective on the 20th October 2020. So basically now Subang Jaya City Council responsible on public health and sanitation, waste removal and management, town planning, environmental protection and building control, social and economic development and general maintenance functions of urban infrastructure. Subang Jaya City Council basically includes Subang Jaya USJ, Subang High Tech, Putra Height, Kinrara, Puchong, Bandar Putra Permai, and Sri Kembangan. Next slide. This is the contents of our group presentation. First, we will briefly describe about how the local council build and rebuild institutions to increase community participation and effectiveness. Secondly, we will elaborate on how urban governance is conceptualized. Thirdly, we will be discussing what forms of network alliances have city councils created. Fourth, what are the financial challenges and strategies undertaken by the local council? And the fifth, what are the innovative practices introduced by the Subang Jaya City Council? And the last point is, what are the challenges of local governance in achieving urban governance? The first point is how the local councils build and rebuild institutions of governance to increase community participation and effectiveness. Okay. For this question, we come out with 3 points, which are community well-being, social justice, and public value. So for the first point, the community well-being, the local council will provide services and development for the public, and they will also regenerate the physical environment, contributing to strengthening the local economy. Okay, for this point, some example is in previous year, Subang Jaya City Council was allocated 250 million Subanjaya City Council have collected about 250 million ringgit Malaysia for the revenue. So Subanjaya Local Council can maintain and build more public infrastructure and facilities for the communities. For example, they built some civic buildings, install more CCTV, and they spend the money to upgrade command center, sewer line, water treatment facilities, recreational facilities, sidewalks, and local streets. And then for the second point, social justice, the local council also concerned with the social planning standards, social procurement, seeking employment outcomes, and supporting groups who experience oppression and discrimination to access of opportunities locally through consultation with the broader community. For this point, Subanjaya City Council provides facilities and infrastructure for all people from variety of races and religion. So they basically do not exercise discrimination. Social justice is crucial in order to strengthen the institution of Subanjaya City Council. And then for the third point, public value, Subanjaya City Council plan, manage and deliver wide range of services, programs and projects for the benefit of local areas and community. For instance, Subanjaya City Council implemented the Dream City program to make sure the cities are free from accident, violence and natural disaster. And through this program, the public value can be seen and strengthened. So this program basically not only beneficial for the city but also can create public value in terms of on how they shown their awareness, cooperation and responsibilities to make sure this program becomes successful. So next I pass the next presentation to my fellow member.
Okay, I will explain the question number 2, which is how is urban governance conceptualized? Okay, firstly, Subanjaya City Council always polish the governance, which is focused on management and infrastructure, and secondly, always enhance private and public partnership. Okay, focus on management and infrastructure means that Subanjaya City Council provide services and facilities to all the community in the area, and for the private-public partnership, Subanjaya City Council make the cooperation or partnership with Worldwide Holding, which is the professional stakeholder, and also with UPM and UCTC. For example, in terms of the urban planning, technology and organic waste, they make the cooperation in terms of to fulfill the public needs. And all of these polish governance, it help the Subanjaya City Council make the decision-making planning in terms of budget and administrative plan. Okay, for the second point is how is urban governance conceptualized in terms of urban transformation and policy, means that Subanjaya City Council always upgraded new policies, which is the policies about the biomass project in Kinrara Town, Puchong Town and Seri Kembangan Town. Okay, this policy includes the green of waste composting, food waste, waste separation, communal and anaerobic composting. Okay, for this policy, it help the Subanjaya City Council in making or in creating collaborative opportunity with the community, private sector, NGOs and so on. Okay, for the next slide, which is the question 3, what form of network alliances have City Council created with other group and association to increase their resources for advocacy and upstream upstream governance. Okay, for the first point, Subanjaya City Council always strengthen the community cooperation, which is Subanjaya City Council make the or attract the community by getting their support, ideas, and information about the services or facilities that they needed. And for the second point, which is media resources, okay, in this point, Subanjaya City Council make the media resources in order to update any news or of development and businesses. Also, they're using media resources in order to promote or to get the awareness from the community about on how or what the policy or program that they did. Okay, and lastly, partnership. And same that with the point about the worldwide holding, which is Subanjaya City Council always open the opportunity for the other stakeholder in order to strengthen their public and private partnership. And under this partnership, Subanjaya City Council can get the fund and can exchange skill and knowledge with each other.
Okay, now I will proceed with the specific financial challenges and strategies, which is number 4. The first one is the local government difficulties in gaining their financial resources due to the pandemic COVID-19. Due to COVID-19 as well, people cannot go out to pay their bills manually at the service counter. And at the same time, all the transaction of payment will stop because service counter has stopped their operation due to this pandemic. So as the solution, the MBSJ took an initiative by sending the customers notification through email. This is one of friendly initiative done by the MBSJ because it is only help the people to remind them, but also help in terms of environment friendly since they are not using paper or letter to send reminders of payment to their customers. The second one is the rental of premises owned by the MBSJ do not reach its target revenue. In the meaning of that, people face money constraint to commit to their billing responsibility, and the revenue that they receive do not achieve its target due to COVID-19. For example, the rental of premises should become one of the revenue to the local government, but due to COVID-19, people mostly lost their customers and unable to pay their rent. As a solution, the government give their help in terms of money and such as in terms of, for example, Aisina and Bantuan Prihatin Nasional. And the third one is the local government need to spend more than before. This is because they need to prepare services to the people according to the standard of procedure SOP highlighted by the Ministry of Health. This is where there will be almost 60% of expenditure of the financial are going back to the people by providing the people services that meet their level of satisfaction. But due to COVID-19, the local government need to spend more than before since they have to provide sanitizer, liquid, mask, and essential tools for their customers and also their staff. So as a solution and their strategies, all the expenditure has been revised accordingly to the most essential and to the less essential to be expended in the local government. That's all from me. Then I will pass my presentation to the next presenter.
Hi, Doctor. I will continue part of these questions, innovative practice that have been introduced by the Council. First, there is a three innovative that be introduced by the MBSJ. First is by implementing of the e-government. So these platforms allow all the citizens to submit tax and pay their tax through the platforms to ensure that they can pay on time and seamless the process to paying the tax. For next innovative is the smart kiosk bersepadu SKP. So this MBSJ is never failed to make this innovation to ensure that people wherever in the variety of the area to ensure that they can pay their tax on time, and this kiosk is easily accessed by them. So therefore, actually MBSJ is targeted to have this zero counter in 2030, where the counter payment and all the transaction will be online, and this strategy will be fully in this 2030. Okay, the next innovations that be implemented by the MBSJ is the smart Selangor parking. So this actually the innovative to overcome issue about the parking, to pay the parking fee in Subang Jaya. So all the citizen right now can use this platform to pay their parking without any hassle to find the parking machine. So these innovations to ensure all the people who are parking inside around the Subang Jaya will pay their parking, and MBSJ also will increase their revenue through this platform. Okay, so next will be presented by Aisha.
Next slide. Okay, for the sixth question, which is challenges for the local council face in achieving good urban governance. As we know that all the organization will facing the challenges when they want to delivering their service. So do MPSJ. So we had identified four challenges that might will facing by the MPSJ, which is the nature awareness among people, and employment rate is high to meet the expectation from the people and to create creative and innovative culture. For the first point, which is nature awareness among people, is basically this is will happen to the generation of baby boomers especially. This is because as we know that nowadays the technology is grows rapidly. So basically all the service that have been supplied by the organization will be using the application, so that so it will be suitable for the people for the youth, but for the baby boomers generations, for the older especially, they will have difficulties in getting the access towards the technology. So it will become challenges for the local council in educate the to educate the older people. The second challenges is about the unemployment rate is high. This is basically this problem. These challenges will be faced by the all local council in Malaysia, because when we facing, our country is facing pandemic COVID-19, so it will affected a lot of jobs, which is when people lost job. So the employment, as I mentioned earlier, when the employment rate is high, so the poverty will high. So as we know that if the local council wants to achieve a good governance, they need to ensure that the employment rate in the area is low. So the employment rate high will be challenges for the local council. in achieving good governance. And for the third point is to meet the expectation from the people. As we know that there has been stated in the strategies plan 2010-2050, which is local government, has highlighted that the most challenging part is on how to meet the expectation of the people. As we know, different people, they will have different needs. For example, in my opinion, I want a better routes, but in the other people opinion, they might be want to a better facilities. So there will be difficulties for the local council in order to identify what is the people needs actually. So that's why there is important for the people to voice up and tell the local council what actually their needs. Okay, then for the fourth point is nature awareness among people, which is this is basically about the environment and around the area MBSJ, which is as we know that MBSJ local council have their role, have their part in order in ensuring the area is clean, the rubbish is taken care of. So as we as people want to stay at a clean environment. So it is will be a challenges part for the MBSJ in ensuring that the place will need to always clean. Next, June. Next. Okay. So as a conclusion, good governance is a way of measuring how public institutions conduct public affairs and manage public resources in a preferred way. Good governance might be approximate with provision of public service in an efficient manner, high participation given to certain groups in the population like the poor and the minorities, the guarantee that citizens have the opportunity of checks and balance on the government, the establishment and enforcement of norms for the protection of citizens and their property and the existence of independent judiciary system, which is the local council need to ensure that all the needs of the people can be managed and can be taken care of them. That's all from our group. Thank you.